South Carolina. It's not just for peaches anymore. Hey there, folks. You know, people always talk about going to Disney World or hitting up the Grand Canyon. And those are great, don't get me wrong. But let me tell you, if you're looking for family fun, you gotta look beyond the mouse ears and the big ditch. That's right, we're talking about a hidden gem, a diamond in the rough, well, you get the picture. Get ready to pack your bags and slather on the sunscreen because we're about to dive headfirst into the top 5 family-friendly activities in the great state of South Carolina. Myrtle Beach, fun in the sun for everyone. First up, we're hitting the coast, the Grand Strand itself, Myrtle Beach. Now picture this, 60 miles of pristine beaches, the Atlantic Ocean stretching out as far as the eye can see, and enough activities to keep a family of squirrels entertained for a year. We're talking water sports galore, folks. Surfing, paddleboarding, kayaking, you name it. Myrtle Beach has got it. And for those who prefer to keep their feet on solid ground, there's always the famous Myrtle Beach Boardwalk, a 2-mile stretch of shops, restaurants, and amusement park rides that'll have you saying, just one more funnel cake. Speaking of amusement parks, Myrtle Beach is home to the Family Kingdom Amusement Park, a classic seaside park with all the roller coasters, Ferris wheels, and cotton candy your heart desires. And hey, if you've got little ones in tow, don't worry. There's plenty for them to enjoy too, like the Children's Museum of South Carolina and Ripley's Aquarium, where you can come face to face with sharks, sea turtles, and all sorts of other fascinating creatures. But Myrtle Beach isn't just about the beach and the boardwalk, folks. Oh no, there's a whole lot more to see and do. Take a stroll through the beautiful Brook Green Gardens, a stunning sculpture garden and wildlife preserve that's home to over 2,000 works of art. And if you're a fan of live entertainment, you're in luck. Myrtle Beach is known for its fantastic shows, from Broadway productions to concerts to good old-fashioned dinner theaters. And let's not forget about the food, folks. Myrtle Beach is a seafood lover's paradise with fresh catches of the day served up in restaurants big and small. And for those who prefer their meals with a side of entertainment, there are plenty of dinner shows that'll have you tapping your toes and singing along. So, whether you're looking for a relaxing beach vacation, an action-packed adventure, or a little bit of everything in between, Myrtle Beach has got something for everyone in the family. Charleston. History comes alive in the Holy City. All right, folks. Now we're heading south to one of the oldest and most charming cities in the South, Charleston, South Carolina. Now I know what you're thinking. Charleston, isn't that just a bunch of old houses and cobblestone streets? And yeah, you're right, it is. But that's what makes it so darn charming. Charleston is like stepping back in time, with its antebellum architecture, horse-drawn carriages, and streets lined with gas lights. Take a stroll through the historic French Quarter with its colorful buildings and wrought iron balconies, or wander down Rainbow Row, a picturesque street lined with pastel-colored houses. And don't forget to visit Fort Sumter, the site of the first shots of the Civil War. But Charleston isn't just about history, folks. It's also a city with a vibrant arts and culture scene with world-class museums, theaters, and art galleries. Check out the Gibbs Museum of Art, home to a stunning collection of American art, or catch a show at the historic Dock Street Theater, one of the oldest theaters in the country. And if you're looking for something a little more hands-on, take a cooking class and learn how to make some of Charleston's famous low-country cuisine. And speaking of food, Charleston is a foodie's paradise with everything from down-home barbecue joints to upscale restaurants serving up innovative Southern cuisine. Be sure to try some of the local specialties like shrimp and grits, she crab soup, and Hoppin' John, and don't forget to wash it all down with a glass of sweet tea, y'all. So whether you're a history buff, an art lover, or just someone who appreciates a good meal and a charming atmosphere, Charleston is a city that's sure to steal your heart. Chapter 3. Riverbank Zoo and Garden, where the wild things are, and the plants ain't bad either. All right, folks, let's take a break from the beach and the history for a bit and head over to Columbia, the capital of South Carolina, for a wild adventure at Riverbank's Zoo and Garden. Now, this ain't your grandma's zoo, folks. Riverbanks is home to over 2,000 animals from around the world, from majestic African lions to playful river otters to slithery snakes. Don't worry, they're behind glass. You can get up close and personal with giraffes at the giraffe feeding platform, watch the playful antics of the sea lions at the Sea Lion Landing, or take a ride on the African plains, a safari-like experience that takes you through the heart of the zoo's African animal exhibits. And if you're feeling brave, you can even touch a snake or a tarantula at the zoo's interactive animal encounters. But Riverbanks isn't just about the animals, folks. It's also home to a beautiful 70-acre botanical garden with stunning displays of flowers, trees, and plants from around the world. Take a stroll through the Asian garden with its tranquil ponds and waterfalls, or wander through the Palmetto Garden, home to a variety of plants native to South Carolina. And if you're visiting during the holiday season, be sure to check out the zoo's annual Lights Before Christmas event, where the gardens are transformed into a magical winter wonderland. So, whether you're a die-hard animal lover or just looking for a fun and educational day out with the family, Riverbank Zoo and Garden is a must-see destination in South Carolina. Chapter 4, Congaree National Park. Get lost in the beauty of nature, but don't actually get lost seriously. All right, folks, it's time to trade in our flip-flops and sunscreen for some hiking boots and bug spray as we venture into the great outdoors at Congaree National Park. Now, this ain't your typical manicured park, folks. Congaree is a 26,000-acre wilderness of old-growth bottomland hardwood forest, which is a fancy way of saying it's a swamp. But don't let that scare you away, folks. This swamp is teeming with life and beauty, from towering trees draped in Spanish moss to alligators basking in the sun. One of the best ways to experience Congaree is by kayak or canoe. Paddle down the Cedar Creek Canoe Trail and you'll feel like you've stepped back in time, surrounded by the sights and sounds of nature. And if you're lucky, you might even spot a river otter or a bald eagle soaring overhead. But if paddling ain't your thing, don't worry. There are plenty of hiking trails to explore, ranging from easy strolls to challenging treks. Take a hike on the Boardwalk through the Weston Lake Loop Trail and you'll be surrounded by towering trees and a symphony of bird songs. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can even camp overnight in the park and experience the magic of Congaree under the stars. Just be sure to bring plenty of bug spray, folks, because those mosquitoes are no joke. So, whether you're an experienced outdoorsman or just looking for a chance to escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life, Congaree National Park is a must-see destination in South Carolina. Chapter 5. Carowinds, hold on to your hats and your kids. All right, folks, we're ending our South Carolina adventure with a bang, or should I say a scream, at Carowinds Amusement Park. Now, this ain't your average amusement park, folks. Carowinds is home to some of the tallest, fastest, and most exhilarating roller coasters in the Southeast. We're talking about rides with names like Fury 325, Intimidator, and Afterburn. Rides that'll have you holding on for dear life and questioning your sanity. But don't worry, folks. If you're not a thrill seeker, there's plenty to enjoy at Carowinds. There's a whole section of the park dedicated to families with young children, with kiddie rides, a splash park, and even a petting zoo. And for those who prefer their thrills a little more laid back, there's always the Carolina Sky Tower, a 32-story observation tower that offers stunning views of the park and the surrounding area. And let's not forget about the food, folks. Carowinds has everything from classic amusement park fare like funnel cakes and corn dogs to sit-down restaurants serving up delicious meals. And of course, no trip to Carowinds is complete without a stop at the fudge shop for some freshly made fudge. So whether you're a roller coaster enthusiast, a water park fanatic, or just looking for a fun-filled day out with the family, Carowinds Amusement Park is the perfect way to end your South Carolina adventure. Well, folks, there you have it, our whirlwind tour of the top 5 family-friendly activities in South Carolina. From the beaches of Myrtle Beach to the history of Charleston, the wildlife of Riverbank Zoo and Garden, to the natural beauty of Congaree National Park and the thrills of Carowinds Amusement Park. South Carolina has something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Start planning your family vacation today. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more travel tips and adventures, and share it with your friends and family. Until next time, y'all.